time. They were all separated. You could easily call them isolated incidents, just transitions that happen throughout businesses. But there's been 7 key players, some less important than others, some more important, but 7 key figures from Sony, from a CEO to a lead writer to lead game directors, have left in the time span of, I would say, 2 months. It might actually be less. So it's just real suspicious that coincidentally all of these key people left around this one certain time, and it makes you wonder, is there something else going on behind the scenes at Sony? So let me name the people that have left. I don't have the actual date when all of them announced that they were leaving, but like I said, this is like within a 2 months time span. Some stated reasons why they were leaving, some didn't, and some were with the company a while, some weren't. And obviously this is only on top of the many layoffs that Sony has announced. So these are just key figures. Many other people were, laid off, obviously. But let's check out the list that I have. Maybe I might even be forgetting some people. Amy Hennig, lead writer at Naughty Dog. She was with Naughty Dog for about 10 years, I believe. It might have been longer. I believe it was 10 years, they stated. Brian Karras, he was a Naughty Dog developer. He wasn't with Naughty Dog long, but he decided to, his reason was, I believe he said, he just wasn't a good fit at Naughty Dog, so he decided to go back to Epic Games. So he was only with Naughty Dog a few years. He's not like a key person or a vital figure or anything like that, but he's still worth noting in this situation. Next person, I know I'm going to butcher his name, is Jamie Griesmer. I'm sure I pronounced it wrong. Griesemer, whatever. He was the lead director of Infamous Second Son, not the lead director for the previous 2 games. So he wasn't the lead director for Infamous 1 or 2, I believe, but Second Son he was. And he was with Sucker Punch for about 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Next person, Stig Asmussen. Might have said his last name wrong. And you probably already actually know who he is, even though you might not realize you know who he is. He's the lead, he was the lead director at Sony Santa Monica for working on God of War 3. So he was the lead director for God of War 3, and he was an art designer for God of War 1 and 2, I believe. And you probably also seen him in the Art Institute commercial, because he was in one of those commercials. So you probably might also recognize him from that. And he was with Sony Santa Monica since 2003. So he's been with them for about 10-11 years. Next person, Jack Tretton, Sony of America CEO. He was with Sony for 19 years. As far as Stig goes, just going back for a second, I don't believe he released a statement of exactly why. I mean, none of these people really say exactly why. They kind of give you just a PR answer of, we're just moving on. Also, going back to Amy Hennig, there was speculation that the other leads at Naughty Dog kind of kicked her out and pushed her to the side, so she left, but they confirmed that was not the situation at all. With Jack Tretton, there was speculation that Sony just wasn't able to pay him the amount he desired anymore, or give him the contract that he wanted, but that was never confirmed. That was just speculation. A lot of things are made up. We don't know. Maybe it was true. Maybe that was the situation. Maybe it wasn't. The next person is Seth Killian, and he stated that he left. This just happened like maybe a day ago or 2 days ago. He stated he's leaving because he wants to do his own thing. He was also at Sony Santa Monica, and but he wasn't even relevant. He really wasn't relevant. He was one of the people like that just really wasn't relevant. What studio? He was with one of those fighting game studios before he went to Sony Santa Monica and helped them work on PlayStation All-Stars. So, you know, he works on fighting games, and he helped develop PlayStation All-Stars, and now he's left to do what he claims to be do his own thing. So he was only with them, when did PlayStation All-Stars come out? Like 2011? So, you know, he was only with them for like maybe 3 years, and he wasn't really a pivotal role in much over there. But the last person I have is Carl Rogers. I believe that's his real first name. At first I thought it was like Colonel Rogers because it's C-O-L Rogers, but he was the lead director for Drive Club with Evolution Studios, and he's been with Evolution, if my information is correct, since 2012, so it's about 2 years, and he became the lead designer of Drive Club. And the reason he is leaving is because he decided to start his own indie game studio called Red Switch Games, and, you know, start his own thing over there, which is, you know, that's understandable because, you know, a lot of developers who have worked on AAA games decide to go, you know, start their own smaller, more compact studios like Ken Levine and stuff like that. So, you know, that's understandable, but it's just the coincidence. It's just almost too much to become a coincidence. Even though, like I said, some people are less important, you could at least say there's 5 absolute key figures here that have left Sony in like the last month or two. Coincidence? Or is there something else going on that we don't know about? And all of this comes at a time where it really doesn't make much sense, and you really don't expect it, because now the PlayStation brand, you know, the PlayStation 4 and you know, the gaming division is doing very well. I mean, they are winning right now, and this is now when you see all these key figures departing. And during the PlayStation 3 era, when the PlayStation was doing, you know, honestly pretty bad, you know, you didn't really see any of this happening. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. You would expect at that time for people, if it was for the reason that the PlayStation brand was doing so bad, you would expect them to jump ship then, you know, if that was the reason. So it kind of leads you, maybe, you know, maybe this is not maybe it's not because, or maybe it doesn't have anything to do with how the PlayStation is doing that they are leaving. So it's like you see all these people on the Sony ship, right? And all of a sudden you see all these, you know, key figures start to jump ship. And you can't, us as, you know, consumers and people on the outside, we can't really see, you know, anything that may be coming. And maybe it's because they see something, they're on the ship, and they're like, whoa, that's coming our way. I'm getting out of here before it hits. Maybe it's something like that on the inside. Or maybe it could be just a coincidence that they all happen to leave at all this one time for their own separate reasons. Maybe they are isolated incidents. I don't know. But let me know what y'all think about this. Why do you think all these people are leaving? Do you think there's something going on behind the scenes? Or it's just, you know, just a matter of typical business and people come, people go. It's part of it. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out of here. Peace. Alright, so it's promotion time, so I'd like to take a moment to thank my sponsors for a listing of the cheapest PC prices available on any game. Make sure you check out cdkeyprices.com. And also, to get a better value for your video game trade-ins, make sure you use leaptrade.com, and if you can, please use me as a referral.